the pain of moving on, sharing our most heartfelt breakup tales. Breakups are a universal experience. Whether you're young or old, rich or poor, famous or unknown, at some point, you've likely had to face the end of a relationship that mattered deeply. And with that end comes one of life's most complex emotional challenges, the pain of moving on. In this long-form reflection, we will delve into the emotional depths of heartbreak, the stages of healing, and the transformative power of letting go. Through shared experiences and personal insights, we'll explore what it truly means to move forward when part of your heart still lives in the past. The universality of breakup pain. Heartbreak doesn't discriminate. Regardless of who you are, when a relationship ends, it often feels like a part of your identity has been torn away. You lose not just a partner, but shared dreams, routines, and a sense of emotional safety. The brain registers heartbreak as a form of pain comparable to physical injury, activating the same regions involved in physical suffering. What makes it especially painful is the emotional layering. Loss of future expectations, a bruised sense of self-worth, loneliness and social disconnection, grief over shared memories, shame and self-blame. It's not just about the person, it's about what you lost with them. Heartfelt breakup tales, the stories that shape us. Let's hear some of the most common and powerful breakup experiences many have lived through. 1. The first love loss. You were young. Everything felt like a fairy tale. You believed in forever. Then it ended. The pain of your first breakup carves out an emotional blueprint. Even years later, you remember the songs, the text messages, and the tears. It's the heartbreak that teaches you that not all love lasts, and that's okay. 2. The betrayal. You trusted fully. You gave your heart. Then came lies, cheating, or deceit. This breakup cuts differently. It's not just loss, it's a shattering of trust in others and in yourself. It makes you question your judgment and redefine your standards. 3. The one-sided ending. You were still in love. They weren't. It ended not with a fight, but with silence and indifference. This kind of heartbreak is quiet but deep. It hurts because you never wanted it to end, and they did. 4. The relationship that should have worked. On paper, everything was perfect. You loved each other. You had history. But somehow, it still didn't work. Timing, circumstances, or internal struggles pulled you apart. This breakup feels like unfinished business. The lingering what-if can haunt for years. 5. The breakup that brought peace. Sometimes, love is real, but so are toxicity, abuse, or misalignment. Walking away is the right choice. But even then, letting go is painful. Because love doesn't always die when the relationship needs to end. Why moving on hurts so much? 1. Emotional habit. Love forms patterns in the brain. You're used to texting them goodnight, sharing jokes, or relying on their presence. Breaking up is like quitting a drug your brain was addicted to. 2. Identity loss. In relationships, we form a shared identity. When that ends, we must return to I, which can feel lonely and unfamiliar. 3. Unfinished conversations. Not all breakups offer closure. The mind loops, wondering what went wrong, what could have been said or done. 4. Fear of starting over. Moving on means risking again, trusting again, loving again, and that's terrifying after heartbreak. The emotional roller coaster of healing. Breakup recovery isn't linear. You may wake up one day feeling fine and crash the next. That's normal. Here's what many people go through. 1. Shock and denial. This can't be happening. 2. Desperate clinging. Texts, calls, rereading old messages. Wanting to fix it. 3. anger and blame, at them, at yourself, at the world. 4. Grief and sadness, missing them deeply, crying often. 5. Numbness, feeling nothing at all, emotionally checked out. 6. Reflection, asking deeper questions, seeking meaning, rebuilding, redefining yourself, finding new routines. 8. Acceptance, finally, the peace that comes with letting go. These stages don't come in order. They loop. And every loop is part of healing. What not to do after a breakup. Don't stalk their social media. It only reopens wounds. Don't suppress your feelings. Cry. Journal. Talk. Feel to heal. Don't jump into a rebound. Avoid distractions that delay healing. Don't idealize the past. Remember the good and the bad. Don't blame yourself entirely. Relationships take two. Growth takes one. What helps you heal? 1. Support system. Talk to friends who validate your pain but help you move forward. 2. Therapy or coaching, especially useful for deep trauma or repeated patterns. 3. Rituals of release. Burn old letters. Write unsent closure letters. Release the emotional hold. 4. Self-care, sleep, nourishment, movement, nature, laughter. 5. Creative expression. Music, art, poetry, and dance can help process emotion. 6. Spiritual connection, faith, meditation, prayer, or simply trusting the bigger picture. 7. Time and patience. Healing isn't rushed. It unfolds. Rewriting the story. Every breakup gives you a chance to rewrite your inner narrative. From I wasn't enough gives to I deserve aligned love. From they broke me gives to I found my strength through pain. From love hurts gives to love grows when I love myself first. You are not your heartbreak. You are the survivor of it. When you see them again, you might bump into your ex at a cafe, or see their photo online, or hear about their new relationship. It might sting. You might cry again. That doesn't mean you're not healing. It means you're human. Allow yourself to feel it. Then breathe, smile, and keep moving forward. Lessons only heartbreak can teach. Your capacity to feel deeply is a gift. Love isn't always enough, but self-respect is. You can walk away and still care. Healing isn't forgetting. It's remembering without pain. Sometimes the one you lose is the one that frees you. A message to the one who's still hurting. If your heart still aches, if you still dream about them, if your chest tightens when their name pops up, please know this: you are healing even now. You are growing in invisible ways. You are not behind. You are becoming. There will be a day when their memory makes you smile. Not because you want them back, but because you've moved forward. Until then, keep choosing yourself. Keep building your life. Keep loving your heart back to life. Final thought. Breakups aren't the end, they're a beginning. Heartbreak might feel like a death, but it often leads to the rebirth of your truest self. A breakup is the universe's way of clearing space for something deeper, purer, and more aligned. You didn't lose love. You learned love. You grew. You discovered your strength. You found your voice. And that's a story worth telling. Rediscovering yourself after loss. The journey back to wholeness in 2025. There comes a moment in life, perhaps after a breakup, a career setback, a health challenge, or even after years of simply putting everyone else first, when you realize you've lost sight of who you are. The identity you once held with certainty now feels distant, blurry, or even broken. This is the quiet pain that comes not from one dramatic event, but from the slow unraveling of self. In 2025, amid a world full of expectations, noise, and pressure, The most courageous act is to pause and ask, who am I now? And from that question begins the sacred journey of rediscovering yourself, not as you were, but as who you are meant to become. This is your story of coming home to yourself. The many faces of loss. Rediscovery often follows loss. Not just the loss of people, but of identity, direction, or purpose. You may feel lost after a long-term relationship ends and you don't know who you are without them. Becoming a parent or caretaker and losing touch with your individuality. Spending years in a career that drained your spirit. Surviving trauma, illness, or grief that changed your perspective. Constantly adapting to please others until you forget what you want. Loss isn't always about absence. Sometimes it's about disconnection from yourself. The wake-up call, rediscovery, often starts with a whisper. I don't recognize myself anymore. I used to be so creative, confident, alive. Where did that go? Is this really my life, or someone else's version of it? These aren't signs of failure. They're signs of awakening. They mean your soul is ready to rise. The pain of forgetting yourself. When you lose yourself, life feels numb and repetitive, full of anxiety or restlessness, disconnected from joy or passion, overwhelmed by obligations. You go through the motions wearing a mask that no longer fits. Even in a crowded room, you feel alone. Even in success, you feel empty. But here's the truth. You are not broken. You are buried. Under years of expectation, survival, and sacrifice, your true self still exists, waiting for your return. Step 1. Honor where you are. Before rebuilding, pause. Acknowledge the disconnection. Name the pain without judgment. Let go of shame for losing yourself. This moment of honesty is sacred. It marks the beginning of your return. Say to yourself, it's okay that I lost my way. I'm finding my path now. Step 2. Grieve the versions of you that are gone. Growth requires grief. Let yourself mourn the dreams that didn't come true, the person you used to be, the people you've outgrown, the time you feel you've wasted. Write it out. Cry it out. Talk it through. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Because only through grieving the past can you make space for who you're becoming. Step 3. Ask the right questions. You're not rebuilding the old you. You're creating a deeper, truer version. Start with reflection. What lights me up even a little? What did I love doing as a child? What values matter most to me? What makes me feel free, alive, or peaceful? When do I feel most me? These questions reconnect you with your essence. Step 4. Reconnect with joy. Joy is not frivolous, it's fuel for your soul. Try taking yourself on solo dates. Dancing without needing to be good at it. Reading, painting, hiking, singing, anything that calls to you. Saying yes to curiosity and no to obligation. Even small moments of joy are breadcrumbs leading you home. Step 5. Clear the noise. You can't hear your truth if you're drowning in distraction. Begin to unfollow accounts that make you feel less than. Limit news and social media. Create quiet time each day for reflection. Declutter your space, your schedule, and your mind. Silence is where rediscovery begins. Step 6. Rewrite your story. You are not the same person you were. That's okay. Let go of old goals that no longer resonate. Roles that feel like cages. Beliefs that keep you small. Write a new narrative. I am a work in progress and a masterpiece. I get to choose who I become next. Step 7. Build rituals of self-connection. Consistency matters more than intensity. Try morning journaling. How do I feel? What do I need? Weekly solo walks to think and breathe. Monthly check-ins. Am I aligned with my values? These rituals keep you anchored to your evolving truth. Step 8. Surround yourself with mirrors, not masks. Your environment shapes your identity. Seek people who see your growth. Let go of those who keep you stuck. Join communities that reflect your values. The right people will help you remember your light. Step 9. Practice compassionate self-talk. You've been through enough. Don't let your inner voice be the next enemy. Speak kindly. I'm proud of myself for showing up. I'm learning, and that's enough. Every step counts, even the slow ones. Words shape reality. Choose love over judgment. Step 10. Trust the becoming. Rediscovery isn't a race. It's a sacred unfolding. Some days you'll feel lost again. Other days you'll catch glimpses of your power. Keep going. Keep asking. Keep choosing yourself. You are not returning to the old you. You're awakening the truest you. And that is the most beautiful homecoming. Real-life rediscovery stories. 1. Emma, 42. After divorce. I hadn't been alone in 15 years. At first, I was terrified. Then, I started painting again. I remembered my voice. Now, I feel more like me than I ever did. 2. Jamal, 28. Post-burnout. I was chasing a title, not a life. When I quit my job, I lost my identity. But I found peace. Now, I work part-time, write, and travel. I'm finally living. 3. Lena, 55. Empty nest. My kids left for college and I felt invisible. But then I took a yoga class. I made new friends. I started dating again. Life didn't end, restarted. Their stories remind us rediscovery is possible at any age, after any storm. If you feel lost right now, please know you're not behind. You haven't failed. You're not too old, too late, or too broken. You're just in the in-between. The sacred space between who you were and who you are becoming. Breathe. Pause. Begin again. Final words. This is your time. 2025 isn't asking you to have all the answers. It's asking you to come home to yourself, to listen deeper, to choose courage over comfort, to follow the quiet pull inside you, because the real youth, wise, wild, worthy you's not gone. She's waiting. He's calling. They're rising. This is your time to remember. This is your journey back to wholeness, and you are ready.